This is a long-seated bilateral cable row. Now you're going to have your cable machine set at one of the lowest heights that's appropriate for you. Now I have two individual handles here that I'm going to hold. That's going to allow a neutral position. You might be prescribed something specific, such as like a straight bar where either your palms are facing down in a pronated grip or a supinated grip. So pay attention to your notes. If you're not prescribed anything specific, try and have the separate two hands in a neutral grip. So you're going to set up in a long seated position. Now that means that our legs are outstretched, feet are hip width apart in line, and we're trying to get nice and tall here in this position. Now, depending on how much weight you have on the cable, you might actually need to either support your feet up against something sturdy. You'll see some people in a gym, they'll have like a plate or something like that they can use counterweight to push into. Now, if you're at a gym that actually has a proper bilateral cable row, you'll see that foot platform that you can put your feet on. So either variation. Now, I'm going to use just the wedges here to counteract the weight. We want to get nice and tall to the top of our heads. And I can feel my ischial tuberosity, so the sit bones under my butt cheeks. So from here, we want to start with a little bit of protraction through our shoulder blades, so that shoulder blade wrapping around our rib cage, but not enough that I depress my sternum. And now instead of my sternum pointing straight ahead, it's tilted down. So we still want that little bit of protraction, but not enough that we depress our sternum. From here, we're going to initiate the movement by leading with our elbows. Our elbows draw back a little bit past midline or at midline and then pull back. So elbows are guiding towards the kind of back pocket as we pull. If you're matching your breathing, exhale, pause, inhale on the way back. Some of the most common mistakes that you see here are that people will extend through their low back as they pull. And the other thing that they'll do is they'll initiate the movement by kind of squeezing their shoulder blades together. That doesn't put our rib cage in an ideal position. It also kind of ruins what we call that scapular-humeral rhythm, which is where the humerus, so that upper part of our arm, and our shoulder blade are moving properly together. So make sure that we get that little bit of protraction as we start. We lead with the elbows, just past midline is great, and then control the way back. Another mistake people tend to make is they'll draw too far out to the side, and that becomes more of an upper back focus. We're trying to target the lats here, so elbow stays pretty close to vertical, nice and tight to the midline of our body.